see it? No, Asian. Asian. I'm talking to you. And what's your name again, sis? Ivory. Asia and Ivory. I'm talking to two women right here, right? Do you see any men around that are listening to this? So stop pointing the finger. Stop worrying about what the men are doing. When men come up here, guess what we're gonna do? Tell them where they messing up. That's right. Right now, it's women. It's your turn. Right. Stop shifting the blame. We ain't doing that. Read. Our spiritual. Let's read.
The book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual.
The law of God is spiritual. Christ is not a spirit, but the law of God is spiritual. Read.
But I am carnal, sold under sin.
This is Paul writing. He said, look, I'm carnal, sold just like all of us. Every single last one of us are carnal. Every single last one of us have the capabilities of sinning, right? But the only thing that's going to prevent us from sinning is doing what? Being spiritual, meaning to keep the law. Read.
Verse 15?
Yes. We'll start it up again.
Verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual.
Asia, you paying attention? What did he just say?
For we know the law is spiritual.
We know the law is spiritual. Read.
But I am carnal, sold under sin.
Right, but all of us are sold under sin. All of us are tempted. You understand? But the only way to be spiritual is to do what?
Keep the commandments.
Is to keep the commandments. Right. Now let's find the commandment. So let me ask you, y'all love Christ? Sister, I know you just walked up, but earlier we spoke. This is not Christ. This is the image of the beast. This is Satan in its truest form. This right here is the image of Christ. He's a black man with woolly hair.
That's right.
You understand? Now let's get that Deuteronomy 22. Because the only way to be spiritual, once again, or have a good understanding of the Bible, is to do what? Keep the commandments. Right. Let's find a commandment that the woman needs to keep. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5.
Let's see who's spiritual.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
What are articles of clothing that pertain to men? Yeah, what clothing pertains to men? Pants, right? Pants. Read that again from the top.
Right there. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5.
Pay attention.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So women shouldn't wear that which pertains unto men, which is what?
Yeah.
So women shouldn't be wearing pants.
That's good. I'll keep it going.
So if, hey, say it again. Women shouldn't be wearing pants. Simple. So hey, where did we find that? Did I just come up with that by myself? No. That was written in the Bible. That's right. That's a law. Wait, no, Asia. Look, that's a law, right? Asia, listen, that's a law, right?
And it's true.
My sister, what's your name, sis?
Ivory.
Ivory. Okay, Ivory and Asia. And what's your name, sis?
Rania.
Mariah?
Rania.
Rania. Pay attention. So if the law earlier said that the law is spiritual, we all want to be spiritual men and women, right? We just read a law that the women have to keep, which is they're not supposed to be wearing that which pertains to men, which is pants. So what should you be wearing? What's the other? Keep reading Deuteronomy 22.
That's what we're
Neither.
Both Proverbs 8 and 8. Yes. Let's find out. Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Get Proverbs 8 and 8. So what's a woman's garment?
skirt dress.
A skirt and dress, right?
There you go.
Okay, 8 and 9. 8 to 9.
8 and 9.
Okay, so if your son right here, right?
I'm going to get out of that, like, as far as, like, sexuality.
Wait, say it again, say it again.
I'm going to get out of there as far as, like, being sexuality. As far as being, like, gay.
I understand.
What about it?
You know, that's what I got out of that. You know what I'm saying? No scripture, what you read. That's what I got out of that, like, as far as being, like...
Okay, no, okay, how it can turn somebody to be gay.
As far as saying, like, no man should have a women's garment, no woman should have a men's garment. Like, as far as, like, sexuality, as far as we should
Job
say,
11.
in the right
In your gender role.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. There's no cross.
Job 11.
Because imagine if your son was come home one day and you see him wearing your heels.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to freak out. What do you mean?
Is that right?
Yeah, to me.
No, I'm saying, is it right for him to wear the heels?
No.
Hell Hell no.
No.
That's not good. He shouldn't be doing none of that stuff. But nowadays, his generation, they do that stuff. Like there's nothing wrong with it. So then why is it okay for the woman to wear pants? Silence. It's the same damn thing.
Right.
Read. What you got? Proverbs 8. Proverbs 8.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 8. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness.
All the words from the Bible are righteousness.
Right.
It's all spiritual. It's all law. Read.
Right. There is nothing forward or preserved in them.
So the Lord didn't say anything wrong. It was perfect. Everything that's written in the Bible. Read. It's a perfect law He gave us. Read.
They are all plain to him that understandeth.
Right. So the reason why my sister Rania understood, hey, when it says things that pertain to man, that's pants, is because the Lord made it plain.
That's right.
He made it simple. Because He knows if He gives any type of leeway, that we're going to take that thing and run with it. And just to disobey Him. Read.
And right to them that find knowledge.
And it's right to those that are seeking knowledge. It's just for those that are seeking knowledge. All the words written in the Bible. Get the other one in Job.
The book of Job, chapter 11 and verse 6. And that He would show thee the secrets of wisdom, and they are double to that which is.
Right, so the secrets of wisdom, the understanding of the Bible is double. There's many scriptures that have many different meanings to it. You understand? But the only way to understand it, the only way to decipher what one scripture means versus another, and how to use it and apply it, is to keep the laws of God.
That's right.
But outside of that, you have to be taught first. Acts 8 and 31. That's what it is, right? Acts 8 and 31. You got to be taught first. None of us up here just one day woke up and read the Bible and said, oh shit, I got to start wearing fringes now. Nobody did that. We had to all be taught, every single last one of us. We're learned men, or trying to be. You understand? Read. Acts, to the point, 8:31.
Yes, sir. The book of Acts, chapter 8 and verse 31. And he said, how can I accept some?
You can start up. Yeah, 30.
Verse 30.
There you go.
And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah.
Right, so he ran up to him and he heard him reading from Isaiah in the Old Testament. Read.
And said, understandest thou what thou readest?
No, read that again. Read that part again.
Verse 30. And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah.
Right, so he heard him reading from the book of Isaiah. Read.
And said, understandest thou what thou readest?
So we asked him, okay, you reading, but do you understand what you're reading? Because all of us, most of us grew up in the Baptist church or some type of Christian denomination, right? Or Catholic church. Right. So we were all taught different things. Some of us would read our Bible on Sunday and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But nobody understood anything. So he asked him, do you understand what you're reading? Read.
And he said, how can I, except some man should guide me?
So his response was, how am I supposed to understand the Bible unless somebody teaches me? You need somebody to teach you.
That's right.
You understand? Now let me ask y'all this. Who's married over here? Why didn't see no hands go up? Who got kids? Why? You don't see the problem? Why do y'all all have kids but nobody's married? The only exception, look, now listen, the only exception, listen, Asia, listen. The only exception for none of y'all having a husband while y'all have kids is for you to be a widow. Other than that, every single one of you should have had your hands up for both questions. You understand what I'm saying? Exodus 22:16. Or what you got?
Hebrews 3.
Get that too. Yeah. Asia, pay attention. Pay attention. Read.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
The Lord said marriage is honorable. There's honor in actually for a woman to be called a wife. Think about it. From the time that y'all were young, from the time that y'all were her age, all you wanted was a big flowy dress for a wedding. You wanted that stuff. You wanted to be treated like a princess. But how are you gonna act, how are you gonna get anything like that if one, you don't act like it, and two, you don't respect yourself enough to listen, and two, you don't respect yourself enough to close your legs before you get a husband. You know what I'm saying? If you're sitting here opening your legs to everybody that walk around, how the hell you think that a man is gonna come up and wife you? That makes no damn sense. Ain't nobody wants seconds. Nobody wants that. Read.
And the bed undefiled.
The bed is undefiled when the man and woman are married together. Exodus 22:16. Read.
But whoremongers and adulterers, God will
The
judge.
Lord said He's gonna judge all people who want to commit whoredom, meaning having sex outside of marriage. Adultery, same thing. They cheating on their spouse. The Lord said He doesn't want that. He's about order. He's about family. He loves family, but the family has to be built up correctly. Exodus, read.
The book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed.
So listen, if a man is talking to a woman, if he's spitting game to a sister, and she's not talking to anybody, she's not married, right? Read.
And lie with her,
And this man lies with that woman, what should he do?
he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
He must make her his wife. That's what the law says. He must make her his wife. But today, there's no honor in the streets today. There's no honor in Duval County. Nobody does that. That's why we have women that have 5 different baby daddies. All that
It
What are you talking about?
Really with the men. It's really with the men.
That's a problem in itself. Let me ask y'all, was your father in your life?
Yes, mine was.
Your father was in your life? Were your parents married?
No.
Mine was.
Your parents were married. Give me, what's that?
I got you.
Okay. Sirach 42 and 9?
But your parents
Okay,
married.
6 and 17. Let's get that. Sirach 6.
I got you.
Say it again?
Mine's bad. I got a ring on my hand.
No, it is a big difference. Because let me ask you,
I take part.
how old are you?
31.
31. How old are you?
30.
Okay, 30. So we all around the same age. It's a difference because our generation, even though their parents may have been married and whatnot, probably did it the correct way. Us, we were influenced by America and seeing Nicki Minaj, then seeing now lately Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Sexy Red, seeing all that stuff, women being thoughts. Listen, women being having OnlyFans accounts and subscriptions and whatnot, and getting money. So now women don't think they need a man. That's exactly what it was. They learned being loose and everything from that, from the women around them.
Right.
No, look, Asian, look. Do you see it? No, Asian. I'm talking to you. And what's your name again, sis? Ivory. Asia and Ivory. I'm talking to 2 women right here, right? Do you see any men around that are listening to this? So stop pointing the finger. Stop worrying about what the men are doing. When men come up here, guess what we're gonna do? Tell them where they messing up.
That's
right now, it's women. It's your turn.
Right.
Stop shifting the blame. We ain't doing that. Read.
The book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend.
So if you're trying to get a friend, if you're trying to get a spouse, that's what a friend. That's the context you're talking about. If you're trying to get a friend, a life partner, right? Your husband. Read.
Prove him first.
You have to prove that friend first. How do you think you would be proving a man? What do you think you should know about him to determine whether or not he'd be a good provider for you and the kids you're about to spit? Say it again? Okay, if he loves God, but he has to show it too. Okay, what else?
Alright, to me?
Right, just basic things.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Because it's like different scenario with these.
Okay, that's how I understand.
They can be an ideal perfect man and be a beast. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that is what I'm saying.
Listen, I read Asian. Asian, you're right. But look, that's the purpose of this scripture right here. Look, listen to this right here. We got
the book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 12.
Read it.
But be continually with a godly
You're supposed to be
man.
around godly men. So the way you would protect yourself from being with a nigga and just being knocked up, having a whole bunch of baby daddies and kids that are from 20 different people, the way you avoid that is to, 1, have a good father in your life or father figure, but 2, as of right now, if you don't have that and you're trying to do better, is to come join the congregation and learn from aged men that have been through it, that can spot a nigga from a mile away. You understand?
Hey, you know how you know that? I didn't have to ask you that. when you're in a congregation, right, and you're around men, I'm gonna ask the mom, did you tell your son to go over there and run over there? That's called care. Because if we see somebody in the congregation, that's an ass whooping. If you listen to your mama, you understand? Especially if you ain't got that dad in that life.
Right.
You understand? Because we understand child abduction and everything. We've been watching your kids the whole time they're out here. We're not gonna go that far. We're not gonna make sure of it. You understand? But what they do in the Christian church, they talk about your back. They talk about you behind your back. They call your kids bad. No, we call them the sons and daughters of the living God.
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.